Welcome to Easy Email Marketing. I'm your host, Yael Keown, mum, FIFO wife, MBA, coffee lover, survivor superfan, and creator of the email experience. In Easy Email Marketing, you'll benefit from my nearly 20 years experience, where I'll be teaching you all the tips, tricks, and insider info on how to create feel-good, non-spammy experiences for your subscribers. Let's get stuck in. Welcome back to Easy Email Marketing. I'm your host, Yael Keown, and today is another one of those kick up the butt episodes that I like to throw in now and then, as I know many of you feel stuck when it comes to actually implementing your email marketing strategies. Maybe you've been listening to this podcast for a long time, and you've seen some ideas that you love, but then you think, I just don't have the time right now, or something just seems to get in the way. And now you're seeing this episode crop up that's all about getting unstuck, and you're like, okay, maybe this will help me out. I see it all the time. Don't worry, it is not abnormal. Or maybe you are brand new to email marketing or this world and brand new to this podcast. And if so, welcome. And perhaps the title of this episode stuck out to you because, again, email marketing is one of those marketing strategies that just seem overwhelming sometimes, especially when you're not familiar with how it works, and we've got this tech element and all of these other things. It just seems like something always seems to get in the way, or you come across just some obstacle which makes it really hard to start. Or perhaps you make a start and then you just come across this question that puts everything into doubt. And it could sometimes just be that tiniest little question, that tiniest bit of direction that might help you get moving. So as I mentioned, first, I want you to know this is completely normal. But second, I want you to know it does not have to be this way. So firstly, eliminate any guilt around you feeling like you haven't done enough yet and that you should have started a long time ago. No, it doesn't. There's no use. There's no helpful aspect to that. We want to just forgive ourselves and go, okay, you know what? I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to start today, and I'm interested to hear what Yael has to say about getting me unstuck. And it definitely does not have to be this way. So inside this episode, I'm going to share the 4 most common sticking points that I see that I've found after working with hundreds of clients, email experience members, and course students. And then I'm going to give you 4 practical solutions or solutions that have got lots of practical tips around them to help get you unstuck. And finally, at the end, I'm going to leave you with a very special offer and an invitation that will help you get going and get that personalized kick up the butt, I guess, that you need. So let's get stuck in. First, let's have a look at the 4 main sticking points. Now, I'm not going to go into depth in a lot of these because I'm sure you are highly familiar, and I've talked about these at length in the past. But just so you can see how common it is, and if you're having any doubts, then perhaps you might think, it's just me, but no, it's definitely not you if it's one of these 4. The first one is the tech. So email marketing is very, very powerful. And along with that comes this overwhelm, and we think, it just seems very techy when it comes to automations and segmenting and knowing how it all works. You also just don't know what you don't know. So some of these things you're like, I'm just going to send an email, but then you go into the software and it seems just more complicated and you just feel stuck. Or maybe your software has limitations, or you don't consider yourself techie, and I use quotation marks for that, but you just can't seem to figure it out, or you just can't even make that start, and you're just like, I don't even know if I'm sending these emails to the right people, and that's what stops you. So that's sticking point number 1, very common and something that I, of course, help people with all of the time. The second sticking point is along the lines of you don't know what to send, or that you don't want to feel annoying. You don't know quite what to write. Again, extremely common because we have this concern that people are going to be annoyed, that they're not going to see what are in their inboxes and open our emails, you might think, oh, why would anyone want to read this? And especially that comes across a little bit when we know our topic area really, really well and we're talking about it ad nauseum. But we've got to remember that not everyone sees all of that, and not everyone has the level of knowledge you have about your topic. So definitely this is a common one, and I'll have a solution for it in a moment. Sticking point number 3 is, of course, time. I don't have enough time. So this is everyone, right? I'll put my hand up to this one. We don't have enough time to do some of the most important things that we consider. But as I always say, if you don't have time in your business to grow your business, and then you need email marketing, because email marketing is the biggest time saver there is when it comes to marketing your business, because there's scheduling, there's automation, there's literally making sales while you sleep without being sleazy about it. So it is important that we address this time issue, and it is important that we prioritize email marketing as part of your strategy. Definitely, if this is you, if you just think, oh, I just don't seem to have the time to get around to it, then that is not completely abnormal. And finally, sticking point number 4 is mindset. And I've had many episodes in the past about mindset and how to overcome some of the mindset blocks that come with email marketing. You know, things around being annoying, things around being too salesy, about not having anything to say. All of that is balderdash, really. Email marketing can be done in a way that feels good to you. Yes, maybe you have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, but it absolutely does not have to be done in a way that's icky. You can absolutely do it in a way that feels good to you. And what I find is mindset actually underlies a lot of these other things. So the tech, the not knowing what to send all the time, sometimes those are the front end excuses. And really behind all of that is the mindset. Because maybe the reason that we think that we don't decide to tackle the tech, or we don't brainstorm the ideas, or we don't find the time is because underneath it all, we have those doubts and those fears, and we might need to deal with that first. So there are a number of podcast episodes where I do go into some practical mindset exercises to help you with that. But as I dive into our 4 solutions now, hopefully that will help you also just get out of that mindset funk and start to take action. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the 4 solutions. Now, solution number 1 is to see the possibilities. Once again, I've talked a lot about email marketing statistics, things like seeing a $44 per dollar spent return on investment with email marketing, seeing 30 times the engagement of Instagram, etc. Those are just numbers, because unless you really get what email marketing is and how you can make it work for your business on a practical level, you might not see it as a priority. Like, you won't prioritize it. You won't go, okay, I need to tackle that tech because I see this is an important business decision. This is an important strategy that I need to implement. So the biggest tip I can give you here is to just really dive into some of these episodes that I've shared in the past and go, what is it that I can do? So I've got episodes specific about service-based businesses, for e-commerce businesses, for digital product businesses, and I talk about the different ways that you can use email marketing for them. I also have my free course, Get Started with Email Marketing, which you can find at yaokione.com/start, and that showcases, all the different ways you can use email marketing for your business, totally for free. But I'm a strategic thinker, and I really like to simplify a lot of this down. And that is where I have my 5 email experiences framework to help map out how the strategy of email marketing works and how you can tailor it to your business. So this is something that I teach at the core of the email experience membership, which, spoiler alert, I'll be talking about a little bit later in this episode. And that's the foundation for all of the email marketing work. Because once you understand the different roles email marketing can play and the different ways you can use email marketing in your business, then you've got the possibilities and you start to get excited. And that's really, really powerful. So the first thing and the first solution is, just to get excited by seeing the possibilities for your business. And I'm talking about possibilities in process you can automate, possibilities about things that you can replace your manual labor for, possibilities in terms of sales and places you might be missing sales, possibilities in terms of generating leads, how we can do all that. And once you get excited, everything else all of a sudden becomes a bit easier, and those mindset issues go away a little bit too. Solution number 2 is to understand your tech. Fall in love with it. Don't be scared of it. And again, easier said than done, but just get a foundational understanding of how your particular email marketing software works. So my recommendation here is to first focus on just one step at a time. So I spoke about the 5 email experiences framework, and the way I've built that is that's got different levels for each of the 5 email experiences. And my suggestion is you start with level 1 and then you move to level 2 and level 3 if you need, and you focus on one step and one task at a time, and then take that to your tech. So go to your software and go, okay, how do I create this specific automation? Or how do I send an email just to this group of people? And once you get that flow, once you've done one thing, all of a sudden you go, okay, I can try the next thing and the next thing. Absolutely check out their help files because, they will typically break it down on how to create this automation or how to set up your segments or groups. But if you want more practical tips, I have a range of podcast episodes, going all the way back. I've got ones for ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, MailChimp, MailerLite, and Klaviyo. And in those episodes, I break down, my recommendations on how to get the most out of your software, because they all kind of work in slightly different ways. But once you kind of see how everything can just flow into each other nicely, it just makes it easier. And if all else fails, map it out on paper first. Kind of think about those possibilities that you just created. Go, if I want to achieve this, and then just go, okay, well, how's it going to happen? And you should be able to find plenty of tips through the podcast episodes, either on those particular topics or on the software themselves. Solution number 3 is to generate ideas. And this is all about brainstorming ideas of emails to send your list. And again, a bunch of episodes talking about how you can do this. I've got episode 6, which talks about the 6 types of content you can send your list. I also have my freebie, which is 80 plus fill in the blank email ideas, which you can get at yaelkeone.com/ideas. So there's 80 ideas automatically done for you. But the reason I've left this to solution number 3 is once you can see the possibilities and once you understand the timing and when and in which situation you are going to be sending a particular email, all of a sudden it's much easier to come up with ideas for those emails because you know the function and you know the intention, you know where you want your subscriber to go next. So instead of just having a million topics available to you, all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, what is it that I can share right now that will help my subscriber do X? Or move them, or make some sort of mindset shift, or make that booking, all of those different things. So brainstorming ideas, having a go-to list of ideas, but also really understanding the intention will make that simpler for you. And solution number 4 is to prioritize your emails. And so this is where we get really practical. So all of the above will help with your time and your mindset, because now all of a sudden the confidence is there and the excitement is there because you can see the possibilities, because all of a sudden you've done that one tech thing and you've got that little bit of extra motivation. And now you've got your ideas and you can see content that your audience will actually love to read. So all of a sudden it is much easier to find the time because you're excited and you've also realized, okay, this is important. So you're going to prioritize it. So all around saving you time and also the ways in which you can generate your income. So of course, a couple of practical tips here is put it in your calendar. It's no good telling me right now that, this is, I'm excited about all of this, but yep, and I'll want to work on it. But unless you actually allocate the time in your calendar to do it, it's not going to happen. So this is on two levels. Firstly, on a project level. So if you're just like at the start, okay, maybe go plug into your calendar when you are going to go and get my free course, Get Started with Email Marketing, and you are going to sit down and go through it and map out the possibilities. Or when are you going to look at the software? Or when is it that you're just going to create that one automation? Or at the other level is when are you going to send the emails? Do you need to put a thing in your calendar every single week to make sure that happens? The second tip for prioritizing is to work when you're motivated. I love one of my biggest hacks when it comes to this is, okay, maybe that time in your calendar comes up and you're just not feeling it that day, or you're just like, oh, there's something else more important than I need to get to. I like to, make a start by listening to a podcast episode, hint, hint, around the topic I'm doing. Or go in and do some reading, or, come up with a couple of ideas and then go for a quick walk and get that motivation going. So there is a big myth around motivation in that you do have to be motivated to do it. And absolutely, if you get that moment, that window, get in and do it. But you can create that motivation too. And finally, is to create some sort of accountability and some way to make it happen. And to me, there are a few ways to do this. One is to hire someone as a team member who is going to be implementing the email for you, or just sending the emails. And this can be just a VA or something like that. But if you know that you have to give them the content by a certain time, you're going to do it. Or maybe you get someone like me as a strategist that comes in and maps it out and we work together over a period of time. Or you join something like the Email Experience membership, which helps support you actually making it happen and gives you the tools to do that. So that's where I would like to segue and just invite you to join the Email Experience membership with a very special offer. This is something I haven't tried before, but for the month of September, and this is September 2024, I am opening the doors for a trial month. So you will get access to all of the Email Experience content and experiences for 1 month for only $7. Then if you did choose to remain, you can do so at just the $30 a month and get all this support. So what is it? How will the Email Experience help you actually get unstuck? Well, firstly, you will get instant access, even if you join today. So we're still in August. Even if you join today, you will get straight away into the portal and get access to the 5 Email Experiences framework lessons. So you can see those possibilities. So you can see exactly what needs to happen next, and you can confidently turn your new subscribers into paying customers in these 5 simple steps. And then from the 1st of September, you'll get 30 days to experience what the Email Experience is all about with my support. And this is personal support from me, by the way. This isn't other outside coaches, anything like that. This is where you can get my brain working on your business and then helping you get unstuck, helping you take the action you need, empowering you on your email marketing. And we do that through a few ways. We have every month, we have a tech check with me. And that's where I look at your tech and I will review, I'll troubleshoot and provide feedback on your email setup. So if you have set something up and you just want that peace of mind and you're unsure, or if you have doubtful on how to set something up, you just submit this tech check request and I will do a recording. So you will be able to do one of those in September if you choose. We also have copy critiques with a copy expert, Stacey King. And if you're worried about your words or you want feedback on how to write that email or that landing page, etc., you can likewise submit something for critique and you will get a great video feedback from Stacey. Every single month, we have 2 live group coaching calls at different times, and this is where you get all your questions answered. If you can't join live, you can pre-submit, and we will just help you move through that challenge or brainstorm ideas, whatever it is you need. Plus, there's a private Facebook group where it all happens. So that is typically what happens in 1 month in the email experience, but because we're doing a whole trial month, we're going to add some extras. So firstly, there will be a welcome call and wrap-up call for trial members. So right at the beginning and right at the end of your trial, there'll be extra calls just for you guys to help you get started. And at the end, make sure you've done what you said you're going to do. So I guess my vision behind this is that you will pick kind of one project or one big priority for you, and we will get it implemented in that time. And the second way we're going to do that is right smack bang in the middle of the month. I'm hosting a Get It Done Day, and that's basically where we can co-work together for a full day. It's not on video. Instead, it is via email. So you tell me what you're going to work on, and you are going to commit to it. But I am available to you, kind of like office hours, where you can go through my help desk support, and I will be live on that day at my desk, purely just helping our email experience members make progress on their tasks. So that is a great opportunity, and there's that accountability, right? So you can see how all of this ties in. That Get It Done Day creates that accountability. It'll make you prioritize. The coaching calls will help you get unstuck from any of those random questions. The tech checks will help you understand your tech and help you, eliminate those worries. The coaching calls can help you generate your ideas, but you can also use the copy critiques, for feedback on your ideas and feedback on, and getting that confidence that your emails are actually not bad. And of course, the 5 email experiences framework is the strategy. Like, you get my strategy. So all of that, so that's hours of coaching for only $7. Like, seriously, you can, you're not going to find a better price for that. So all I ask is you head to yaelkeown.com/trial, and you can sign up there. As I mentioned, you'll get instant access to the portal, and then as of the 1st of September, we'll spend the whole month together just getting things done. And then if you choose to continue, there is just the standard renewal, but you can cancel at any time. You could pay, join today and then cancel immediately if you want, and still get access to it all right until the end of the month. So there's absolutely no lock-in. But of course, my hope is that you will see the possibilities of email marketing, that you will get excited, that you will take action, and you'll be like, more please, more please, more please, and that we can continue. So make sure to check all of that out at yaelkeown.com/trial. I'll be excited to work with you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you about what you have enjoyed from this episode or what you want to know more about in future episodes. I'm over on Instagram at yaelkeown, all one word, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to Easy Email Marketing. It's an absolute honour that you chose to listen. If you love this episode, then it would mean the world to me if you could leave a review so that others can find this podcast and make their email marketing easy too. Finally, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. Until next time, have an awesome day, and make sure to keep showing up and serving in those inboxes.